What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another edition, another installment, another episode. Whoa. Yes, sir. We are back. You feel me? Welcome to another edition, another installment, another episode of the Black Men Win podcast with your boy, Ty the Pod Guy. And of course, we got another great interview here. But before we even get into all that, make sure that y'all guys subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts from. You feel me? Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, all of those podcasts. As my boy says as he says, the little motherfuckers. Ain't that what you said? Little motherfuckers. Yeah. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out as well. Make sure y'all go cop some merch. Just recently celebrated my birthday. You feel me? Turned 28. So go check that out. Go tap in. We got a birthday. We have a birthday special going on, 65% off all merch. So go tap in on that. You can also subscribe to us on our YouTube page. That's where you'll find all of our episodes thus far. So you can check that out as well. Listen, we got a dope interview today. Let me just tell y'all real quick. Super excited for this interview. I don't think he understands how much respect I have for him, and how much love I have for him. Right? This is a guy who has seen me grow. You feel what I'm saying? Been my OG for about what? It's going on 5+ years now. You know what I'm saying? 5+ years now. Like he's been there every step of the way. You feel me? And I say that because you don't have a lot of older Black men come in to support younger Black men. And this was the first guy that I met who really, really supported Jig Boy. So our first question, right? I'm gonna let our guests gas ourselves because I could give him an amazing intro. You feel me? Which I probably will after he gasses himself and tells the world who he is. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let my guy go ahead and do that. So tell the people who you are, my guy.
What's good? Hey, I appreciate you. Shout out for having me on the show. First off, give your flowers. You know what I'm saying? You got everything going on.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
This is one of your million podcasts that you have. You got a lot of bandwidth, brother. You got a lot of bandwidth.
I do.
Shit. Your internet bill is sky high right now.
Man, I'll tell you.
But for real though, man, I'm Darius Stowers, comedian, podcaster. I got a podcast producer, editor, podcast, whatever. I do a lot of shit with podcasts. I do a lot of shit with comedy, man. I got a day job. I'm a father.
Yes, sir.
I'm a friend.
Yes, sir.
And I love the people, man, and I love this podcasting world. So I'm here,
man.
I call, I'm here.
Let me tell you something. Literally, when I call, it don't matter. He'd be like, "I'll block out the time. Let's do it." You feel what I'm saying? Let me just give y'all a little synopsis on Mr. Stowers here. You feel me? I remember telling Darius, "Yo, you need to start a podcast, bro," because Darius had a talent and a sense of people were entertained by Darius. You get what I'm saying? Like when he first got here, people didn't know who the hell this nigga was. But when he really, like, it's only a few people that really make their mark in the city of Grand Rapids for real. And I'm just talking about not just on a job scene, but I'm talking about on a social level. You understand what I'm saying? Really making good with the community. This man right here, when I tell you this man came Chicago or Mississippi?
So I came to Grand Rapids from Mississippi, but I was raised in Chicago.
Chicago, right. So came from Mississippi, and this man, I feel like in the years that he was there, still there, I felt like he's changed a lot of the landscape of Grand Rapids. He might not see it, but I do.
Right? Give me way too much credit, man.
Hey, no. I'm dead ass serious. You feel what I'm saying? When I started podcasting, I literally, like, I was aggressive with it. Like, I was like, "Yo, everybody start a podcast, bro, because this is about to be the new shit. It's about to be the new shit." And he was the first.
That's facts.
He was the first one I literally told, like, "Bro, you need to start a podcast." Gave him all of the shits. Because for me, I'm not gonna I've always been the type not to just give out the information, because I've had times where people didn't give that information out to me. So when I learned the information, I made sure, like, nah, you ain't got to pay. This is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? This is what it is, what it is. And you know, he was like, all right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. What we talking? Maybe 2-3 years later?
Yeah,
This man
it
is
take me a while.
took him a while. And and it does take people a while. You got to understand, like, podcasting is radio, is entertainment. It is a form of media that is taught. We're on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? We're live streaming or that such. So you're putting yourself out there. So that is a lot. But about 2-3 years after that, this man and my boy Mel, shout out to Mel, started this podcast called the Jungle is Hell podcast. I'm sorry, it's not even a year old, right?
No, we started May last year. So
May last year, not even a year old, people. Not even. I want to say that. Not even a year old. Okay. This man is not only 10,000 streams into his podcast, which we have to drop a bomb for that. Not only 10,000, because I don't think people understand that. Like, audio is so hard. Like, you can watch anything, but listening, we have, as humans, we really we're dumbing down on listening just a little bit. So I believe when I heard this man was like, yo, I'm like a couple hundred streams away from 10,000 end of the year 2021. I'm like, hold up, you're about to get that. You're that popular.
I gotta cut you off just 1 second.
Okay.
I think we was at like 5,000 or 6,000, and you said that we was gonna make it to 10,000.
Bro, yes, bro.
And I was like, nah, you know. Like, we just gonna make it to, whatever we make it to. I was projecting like 8,000 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I said it. I caught it because I'm like, this man, but you got to understand how you work. You understand what I'm saying, D? You're putting out an episode at least like 3 times a week. You feel what I'm saying? And this is not just your run-of-the-mill content. This man is actually out here bringing content, great content, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to, no cap, to a platform. And you'll say, no, man. It's the credit that you deserve, and it's the flowers that I'm about to give you. You feel what I'm saying? And then when it came to the comedy game, let me tell y'all something. I always thought Darius was hilarious. I thought this nigga was hilarious, right? But then when he said, I'm going in the comedy, I'm gonna do this comedy thing. You feel what I'm saying? He did it during the whole pandemic. Like, I mean, fresh pandemic, right? Like, fresh.
I did my first the week after I did my first set. That's when the world shut down.
That's when the world shut down. Yeah. And this man was still going out to, like, even when Grand Rapids was like, okay, we're opening up slowly, y'all can come to the clubs and everything. Darius is still out there busting ass, working hard, telling jokes, and fighting really good.
I was a COVID.
Fighting COVID. Like, how you go? Like, that's some real, like, you got to understand, that's some real determination right there. Like, for real, that's hard work and ethic that a lot of people don't have, especially, and I'm gonna say it, at the age, bro. My thing is, I'm like, Darius is really, god damn, this nigga is moving. He's shaking Grand Rapids up. Again, you may not see it like that, but I see it like that because you have multiple guests from multiple industries, and we can talk from OnlyFans to the warehouse. You feel what I'm saying?
Had an NBA player on.
From an NBA player. Can we?
We had an NBA player on. We got doctors on. We got a lot of different people on. Comedians on. We have
everybody.
The social workers, teachers.
Literally. He got everybody.
We got a professor coming on for Black History Month.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be lit.
Yeah, professor from DePaul University.
That's gonna be dope because you honestly
Africana Studies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because you honestly out here just doing the damn thing. So we really wanted to give you your flowers and say, continue what you're doing, brother, because it keep me on my toes. You feel what I'm saying? I know for me, every podcaster or creator that I look at keep me on my toes, especially if you're doing what you need to do in your lane. You feel what I'm saying? It literally lights a fire under my ass every time I'm sitting down and I'm thinking I'm done. I'm watching y'all bust out podcasts like you talk about me busting out podcasts. This nigga has one podcast literally every day he's releasing an episode. Like he talks shit about me, but I'm like, bro, you're out here releasing an episode Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll chill on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll chill on Saturday, but we'll come back on Sunday with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like Darius has content. And I bet you in his folder, he probably got a lot more episodes that he ain't dropped yet.
I think we just got 3.
Just 3?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, man. So we wanted to give you flowers, man. This is a podcast where we really just this is not just a podcast, this is affirmation. I want people to know that black men do win, and you're a black man winning, man. So we just wanted to, give you that. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to hype my guy up. You feel what I'm saying? Because he out here, he really is out here. Y'all see this, man? He done came with the gold chain. You feel me? Chilling. Y'all see his camera quality. He out here looking like he out here a professional, but it ain't even looking like it. He's a professional podcaster out here in these streets.
Man, I do what I can, brother.
Man, stop playing.
Chains is in. I had to give me a chain, man.
Oh my God.
But you got to get you a chain, man.
You do. I got to give me one because now, once I get one right here, I needed probably like a little, little cross, something like that, a little diamond cross. Gold cross or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A little sign. But there's a second question on the topic on the docket. It's 2022, right? Mm-hmm. And I do feel as though as black men, we're doing a little bit better, right? Just in every area. In the 5 areas that I call the five, kind of the 5 feelings of the black man Ferris wheel. And I want to know, in your opinion, how do we as black men handle these 5 areas? Or personally, how do you handle these 5 areas? Do you tap into these 5 areas, and they are spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, and financial? What would you say as a community or as an individual, do we need to tap into those more going forward as a community?
Man, that's a loaded question.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot. First off, physically, I'm gonna go physically, man. Physically, we need to take better care of ourselves. I'm
absolutely
you as a fat dude, and I need to take better care of myself. I ain't as big as a lot of people are, but I'm still overweight.
Right.
And I still could do better with my physicalness, and I think that us as black men, especially with all the morbidities facing our communities, we could do a whole lot better. Mm-hmm. We could get out there and I always say this, man. I've lived in black neighborhoods and I've lived in white neighborhoods, right?
Right.
I ain't never seen no niggas running in the neighborhood.
You're right.
I've never seen it before in my life.
That's fact.
Before in my life. I live in a white neighborhood now. My Ring camera go off
every time.
Minutes. Every minute. It's like, damn, they jogging. It's snow outside and these niggas is jogging.
In shorts, my nigga.
They jogging. And I know it ain't a comparison thing, but you gotta think about that. These people
man.
Are getting in shape. They ready. They getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. They running. They doing their thing. So physically, we got to do better. Financially, I think we are coming into our own. But of course, I feel like we got to do better at all these things, all these 5 things. But I'm just gonna break them down each one. Financially, we got to take better care of our credit, our spending habits. And I'm not above any of these. Before anybody say I'm talking down on somebody, you got to pay attention to your savings, and more importantly than your savings is your investing. Your investing is where you got to come. You got to come with it. And I know, and I'm finna talk on the soapbox that everybody always talk about. You got to that cryptocurrency and that NFT shit. It does not make sense. I get it, people. It don't make sense.
Right.
That shit is stupid. You're paying for stuff that you can't even see or physically manipulate or anything like that. But that's the wave. That's the wave. You got to get on the wave. If that's what that's where the money game is. You got to get into those. You got to get into those stocks.
Right.
I'm not the person that's gonna teach you that shit. So don't ask me no goddamn.
Yeah, facts. Don't ask over here either.
I know how to do a little something, but I mean, NFTs still don't make sense to me. But I know
Same.
that's where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas out there, it's a dude that made like $100 million selling NFT paintings.
Yes, bro.
Digital paintings.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
$100 million. So you gonna keep on saying that it don't cost like they say, oh, that ain't worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the proof of concept. The first house just sold for NFT.
Whoa.
Like yesterday, I think it might not have been yesterday, but I seen it yesterday, and it was the first house being sold as an NFT.
Oh,
and they trying to make home buying as easy as sending a damn a Venmo or a Cash App.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if the people that's listening, like if you ever bought a house before, the process is just, man.
I know that's a long process. How long was your process when you bought your house?
I would say I would say it's about 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
But that's from reaching out to the realtor, and I just happen to find me a house. But some people take longer.
Right.
And some people take longer. But once you find the house, it's gonna take you like a month or two.
Right.
You know, and you got to go through like inspections and court costs, and that's another thing right there. We're talking about the financial shit. Man, you got to buy some property. Now, I'm not one of the people that's gonna sit here and tell you that living in an apartment is bad, because I get it. You can pick up and go whenever you want to.
Right.
You don't got to worry about costs of replacing heaters and doing stuff and fixing stuff. You just call the maintenance man. But the easiest way to gain wealth in this America, this country, is to buy a house.
Yep.
My house has risen, what is it, $40,000 since I bought it.
Wow.
In 2 years.
$40K, my nigga.
Yeah, I could refinance my house and get $40,000 if I wanted to.
Hit.
Yeah, but that's just the market, though.
Right, of course, but still,
it's the market, and it's not always like that. But I mean, I made $40,000 on this house already. Wow. So, and that's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
The nature of the game, and if I sold it, shit, I might get more than that, because the way houses are going in Grand Rapids.
Exactly, because they're going.
Yeah, for real. So, and then what we talked about?
Physical, financial,
financial,
emotional, and then mental, and then spiritual.
All right, you go mental, man. I don't go to therapy. I'm not a therapist type person, but I do realize that it works for people, and sometimes you need to talk to some other people.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you need to talk to a mediator. Sometimes you can't work it out by yourself. And a lot of people get caught up, and I can talk about this really. It's a lot of suicides that's been happening lately. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah, the Miss USA girl, I seen.
Rest in peace to her, man.
Yeah, the what's her name? Regina Hall or Regina Hall. Her son,
passed from suicide. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and bro. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just gonna say that maybe they were in a situation to where they just couldn't take it. They couldn't handle it on their own.
Right.
And they didn't reach out to somebody. And maybe they did reach out to somebody, but I'm telling you, if you reach out to somebody, it ain't even got to be a therapist, man. Reach out to your partner.
Right.
That's what we for. Reach out to your girlfriend, your boyfriend.
Right.
Somebody. You got to talk to somebody sometimes.
Facts.
And that's going to help your mental, man.
Facts.
And as well as what's crazy is that these stack on top of each other. Once you get your physical
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because we eating all this bullshit and we feeling bad and we fat and we lazy. That shit weighs on your mental.
Exactly.
That shit weighs on your mental. So if you fix your physical, you can help out your mental.
Facts. Which in turn will help out your spiritual.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna stack it all on top of each other.
Come on now.
Like a fucking sandwich, man.
That's it. Yes, sir.
The sandwich, all this shit work together, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you help out your mental, you can help out your physical. They interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel better about yourself because you went to go work out this morning.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
You're all right. You feel better because you went to go work out. And then sometimes you work out because you feel better.
Exactly.
It can go either way.
Why do you think as Black men we want to focus more on the financial and the physical instead of the other three areas?
Because that get us women, and that's what we want. Financial always bring more women.
Facts.
And the physical,
No.
No, you said that brings us. And you know that's a tough task to. I don't know. It's tough that's what forces us to do that. But that's what we
Right.
all look for.
Right.
We all out here to get women. We all out here to try to improve our lives. We like nice things because
Right.
we like women.
Right.
Come on now.
That's facts.
We
That's
dress
facts.
nice. I got this chain on because it might attract, my girl like when I wear a chain. So
Right. Yes, sir.
it is
Shout
what
out
it
to
is. You get your hair cut, you get your hair done because
right.
it's gonna attract. It's gonna make, and then it's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you
Exactly.
feel better.
Exactly. And I think like exact. I like how you said we need to stack that up, like stack it on top of each other, because honestly, that's what it. I've always said that, like, if you get every area, even if it's just a little bit, right? We not even. I'm not saying that you gotta, give 100% to everyone, because that's a lot, right? I mean, you could. I mean, you can, but
It's a tall task.
it's a tall task. You just gotta. I know for me, you just gotta sit here and try at every angle. You feel me? Spiritual, mental, physical, financial, emotional. You gotta tap in at least a little bit to everyone to see how everything can stack up and be better for you. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like we have to, as black men, tap into those other three, those spiritual, the mental, the emotional, because that will in turn help the physical and financial even more, which in turn will bring you all the girls. You feel me? No, I'm just but for real.
That is for real, man.
But that's for real.
That's
I'm being honest.
that's real talk.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a hard thing to swallow, a hard pill to swallow, but that is real talk. And then you got what you got, spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual is hey, look, I'm not here to preach religion on nobody or down anybody's religion, but you got to find something to cling on to.
Right.
You got to find something to cling on to and to give you hope.
Right.
And I think, and myself, I'm not religious at all. I'm
Right.
agnostic,
Right.
which is I don't believe people know of what's going on, but there is a higher power.
Absolutely.
And but you gotta figure out what the fuck you gonna grab onto in order to
Mm-hmm.
get you through the day. Something made you. Something made you.
Come on, that's a that right
Some
there. Some
some
major.
some some got
Some
you.
major.
Yeah,
You may not know who your God is, but something of a higher power major, bro.
something of a higher power. Whether
Something.
whether, whether it's Christianity, Buddhist, and
Right.
or Islam, whatever you want to cling on to something.
Right.
But some got your back. Some got your back. Some keep you waking up every day. That's like that, and that's one of some woke me up this morning.
Hey,
Said I'm gonna
man.
have a good day. You know what I'm saying? So, take that however you will.
Facts, man. Facts.
Emotional, I think is kind of tied to the mental
Mm-hmm.
thing a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But your love life, uh, your love life is important to you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nobody want to be alone.
Right.
And I tell you one thing, you don't want to be in a shitty relationship. That's gonna ruin your emotions. And
Facts.
you gotta be vulnerable with somebody. And a lot of times that's your significant other. And
Right.
they helps you get your emotion out. Cause if you bottle up all your emotion, then that shit ain't gonna turn out well.
It's not. And
It
we've
ain't gonna
seen
turn out
that.
well.
We've seen that. I think we can attest to I know I've bottled, emotions. I believe Darius has too. And it don't end well. You feel me? You either blow up or you ready to fight or you ready to do something. Instead of just like sitting there and like you said, going to somebody and just your friend or your lady, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Or your man, nobody, you know, it don't matter. You feel me? Like you go to somebody that you know is going to be there to listen, not to sit there and tell you what's good, but to listen, to be an active listener and be like, all right, I see what you're saying. Come here, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. I always tell this story. Um, one of my girls' friends, like he was just, I remember we were just walking, chilling. I just asked him, like, yo, are you good? You been good? Yo, he went off. Like he didn't go off on me, but he was just like, all those bent up emotions was just like, yo, I'm not good, man. I'm not good. I'm just going through. I said, whoa, relax, breathe for me. Okay. Let's talk it through. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and we not as close, but I'm like, I don't like to see men like that when they ready to explode and they have no how can I say? Yeah, right, exactly. No outlet to really, speak their emotions or their truth right then and there. So it's just like, if I can be even a fragment of just like, yo, are you good, my guy? And you say, nah, I'm not good. All right, what's good? What's going on? Let me active listen to you. You feel what I'm saying? So um I do believe as black men we can do better than that. Cause I see us doing better than that. You feel me? So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So
It's
I
cool
wanted
to
to
talk. It's cool to talk about your shit these days. It's cool
that
to talk about.
is. It is.
I think that's one of the best things that came out of this whole like emotional era and just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about your feelings. Talk about your feelings. I feel
Because
like
niggas was not trying to talk about their feelings, my guy.
hell
Like,
no, niggas
hell
don't
no.
care.
Niggas was like, nah, I'm good. Now,
I'm
like, that's
good.
the universal black man language.
But let
Good.
me ask you this though. Do you
Mhm.
think? Well, I'm gonna say this. I think as men, as black men, we afraid to tell some people some stuff about us because it makes us vulnerable in the situation and it leaves us open for hurt.
Facts.
And I'm worried about somebody using what I tell them against me.
Mhm.
I won't even say that the broad spectrum of we feel. I feel like if I tell the wrong person
Mhm.
a emotional thing about me, then they'll use it as a weapon for me. And you got to get out of that. I
Right.
got to work on that because I mean, you never know.
Shit, I gotta work on it too, my guy.
I think
Like,
everybody got to, but I just wanted to make it. I don't like people to think that I'm talking down on them. Like
nah, nah,
you got to get
but you
your shit
saying real
together, nigga.
shit. But you saying real shit though. But no, for real. You feel what I'm saying? But you saying real shit. Like, it is hard for us on that emotional tip because we feel as though, and it's a true feeling over here too, that if I sit here and I expose even an inch of my emotions or what I'm feeling to you, that you're not even gonna take it serious enough and you're gonna weaponize that shit and go tell everybody else and shit like that. And it's gonna be a whole fiasco. So
Right.
it's like, why would I even put myself in that predicament? And see, that's why I love people who say, not to say they say it's a safe space, because actions speak louder than words for me. So I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. It's about your actions. Are you coming to me with genuinity in your heart? You feel what I'm saying? And for me, the black man that I know and that I rock with, including Darius, they've never sat here and shunned me out because I'm sitting here feeling down on a day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they'll give me that time and that space to be like, okay, what's going on, my guy? What's happening with you? What's popping? You feel me? And of course, I'm not gonna tell everything, but I'm gonna let some shit out because it's a work in progress. You feel me? It's a work in progress. We're not gonna just spill our guts to everybody, like, but to your point, weaponizing somebody else's feelings in the moment of them trusting you with them, I feel like it's very just disrespectful and very inhumane in my part. So in my book. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. When we talk about that, right? And this goes into the third question. Generational patterns, or as a community, we call it generational curses. I don't like that word anymore. You feel me? I like to say generational patterns because we do have patterns that we um exhibit as black men. What are some of those patterns that you see, and whether good or bad, and what, how can I say this, what generational patterns, or how can we as black men kind of shift the narrative of the generational patterns that have like kind of,
Plagued us.
you, thank you, there we go, bow, you got it.
Um, anger is
Mm,
probably the number one thing that I can think of.
mm,
Uh, I think it was James Baldwin that said to be a black man in America is to be like angry. He said
Yeah.
some shit like
To be
that.
angry. Yep.
To be in constant anger or just some angry.
Yeah.
And I know I'm butchering the saying, but he just said to be black in America is to be mad all the goddamn time.
Basically.
And,
Yeah.
and to be honest, man, we have every right to be angry. However, uh, we need to find a way to deal with that anger, and so it won't be misplaced all the time. It's misplaced all the time through fighting, uh, you know, beefing with each other, hating on each other, all types of things. People killing each other, and all types of just angry bravado. Just our chest poked out. It's like we always looking for a fight, not a physical fight, but you know, we always looking for some shit. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta cut that anger bug out, man.
Right.
We gotta find a. I won't say cut the anger out because we always gonna be angry. But
Fact.
we need to find an outlet. We need to find outlets
To better
that,
handle
yeah,
that. Right. Right. Right.
for
Right.
real, for real. We need those things. Just like we're just talking about therapy. Like you angry, you need to go talk about it.
Yeah.
You need to go.
Facts. Go box.
Yeah, you need to go box. You need to, pick up you some weights or something.
You know,
need to
something.
go
Go play
something where you
football.
gotta- for real, for real. And I think that's what a lot of people aren't able to do is to find ways to find different outlets for their anger. And
Right.
I think that's a big generational curse.
Mm.
My daddy fought, and his daddy fought, and his daddy fought,
Right.
and we just come from a long line of fighters, a long line of angry men.
Right.
You know,
I mean, but I
and
get it though. You feel
oh
me?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we
No, no. So
yeah,
so
yeah,
so
yeah. I definitely.
yeah. So the anger is there, uh, rightfully so. We should
Right,
be.
right.
We
Right.
should. We got a lot of shit to be angry
You
about.
feel
We got a lot of shit to be angry about.
right, right.
Being put in these goddamn ghettos and us not having the same resources and us not getting a fair shot at life.
Mhm.
That is a thing that makes you angry.
Mhm.
It's angry. It's fucking angering.
Mhm.
It's angering to sit on at home and watch another black man get shot by the police
It is.
and them get away with it. We went through that for years and years and years,
Mhm.
and then it was so bad to where when we finally convicted one of them, we was like, yay!
Yes, sir.
Fuck all the rest of the motherfuckers that got off. We like we got this one over.
We got one.
We angry, man. We always angry, man. They treat our women like shit. The smartest
Oh my
motherfuckers
gosh.
in the whole
Yes,
goddamn
sir.
country. Like black women, what they graduate college at a far higher rate. They start more businesses,
The
but
most
yet they
educated.
at but yet they at the bottom of the pay scale.
Exactly.
The bottom too. So to be black in America is to be angry. But we
Ooh,
need to
that's
find
a bar. That's a bar. To be
yeah,
black in America is to be angry.
for real,
You
for
know,
real.
like, and I know, and I want people to understand. We're not saying like, oh, you're just gonna be angry all the time. You're just gonna be mad all the time. No, it's not like that. But there is a underbelly of anger that is probably in every black person around the country.
For real, for real. Like Kamala Harris, I'm not the biggest fan of hers, but when she ran
Okay.
for president, when she ran for vice president
Mhm.
with Joe Biden, what I kept hearing was that she wasn't qualified. I've
Right.
never heard that about a president other than Donald Trump. I've never
Right.
heard that. I've never heard that they weren't qualified. Not saying that they didn't like her. Just throw like off the table.
Right.
They said she wasn't qualified.
Qualified. Yep.
She got all the qualifications that anybody could ever need to run for office.
Mm-hmm.
But they constantly said that she was not qualified. And that really irked my soul. It's like, yeah, attack her personality,
Right.
attack her record, anything like that. But qualified though, nigga?
Nah, she qualified.
Qualified?
Nah, you ain't gotta like her, but you read that resume. Put some
Man,
respect on her goddamn name. You feel me?
man, a real resume.
Right.
Resume.
I be thinking like her resume, but stretched long. God damn.
and probably the list of accomplishments that she's done
Mm-hmm.
and been awarded in her life, to say that she's not qualified is,
Right.
one of them things that makes you angry. And we talk
Mm-hmm.
about anger as a black person. It's angry. Like, how the fuck is you telling us she not qualified? You didn't say that Hillary Clinton wasn't qualified. You didn't say
Right.
that Elizabeth Warren wasn't qualified. You didn't say
Right.
that Joe Biden wasn't qualified. You just said that this lady right here, and it's got to do with her race.
Exactly. What how have you dealt with anger um for yourself? And then with you having now raising a black woman, you feel me? How have you transformed your anger? Because you said your dad, all of our pops damn near were angry, fighters and angry. You feel what I'm saying? My dad was one, probably his dad was. Our granddad, ancestral history will tell us they was fighters, shooters, and angry. Like, don't come up in here trying to fuck up my family. I will blow your head off, you little white son of a. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't playing that type of shit. But that is a pattern, a generational pattern of just, you see your dad angry or you see your mom angry all the time. There is going to be a transfer of energy in which that anger, even if it's minimal or it's overload, it's going to be there. You feel what I'm saying? So how have you personally, especially with raising a beautiful black queen and Cammy Joe, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out to her. How have you and I don't even want to say like take the anger away, but how have you controlled it?
I haven't.
That's honest as hell.
That's honest. That's as honest I can get for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm talking about all these things, and I mean that's one of the things that I struggle with daily,
Mm-hmm.
is to be angry,
Mm-hmm.
angry black man,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like, I don't know, shit just ain't right.
I
Shit
hear
just
you.
ain't right,
I
son.
hear you. Yes, sir.
You know,
Facts.
so it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I try to work out, and I try to talk to people. I try to have these conversations. Hey, you know what? Starting the podcast has given me a platform in which I can rant, and
Mm-hmm.
people listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is a way. That's a way right there.
Right.
That's a way. Yeah.
You
So
got to look at it as like, if you really podcasting like me and Darius, sometimes it's therapy. I'm not even gonna hold you.
and not
It's
sometimes, it's all the time,
all the
baby.
time.
I
Real
get to talk
talk.
about the shit that you want to talk about, but you can't
Mm-hmm.
talk about it because because you scared your job might fire you. You know what I'm saying? You scared to talk about it, or you don't want to ruffle no feathers. Fuck ruffling feathers. I ruffle them shits. I be
Yo, what?
I
Ruffle
ruffle them feathers.
feathers?
So
Shit. I'm gonna take the whole damn wing. What are you talking about?
take the
Like,
whole wing, pluck the
what?
feathers.
I've been ruffling feathers since 2017. What are we talking about here? Like,
I take a fucking chicken and pluck his ass and one more today.
and it is so true. Like, yo, when you really get into this podcast game, for real, like, and I'm meaning like for real, like me and Darius really stepped into this with all authenticity, and that's and how you know it's authentic, because we come in just like how we come if we see each other. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't trying to sit here and we're entertaining just because we're us, but we're not trying to sit here and entertain y'all or trying to sit here and be somebody else just for entertainment. No, I'm gonna come straight how I am. This is what it is. This is how I'm feeling. And I know there are some people out here who feel the same way I do. There are some people who feel that, and there may not be nobody feeling the same way, but I'm gonna get this shit off.
Hey, you hear me?
I'm gonna
We
get
gonna
this
get
shit
this
off.
shit out, and you can like it or you cannot.
And that's it.
I think that's what draws people to the podcast, our podcast, and other
Mm-hmm.
podcasts, like the authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when people, and I get it because some people do like certain podcasts to where maybe they might be being spiritual, or
Right.
they're trying to be they
Right.
trying to be motivating and stuff like that.
Motivate.
So
Mm-hmm.
they put on this voice like this, and I just want you to just take life by the ears, and I want you to grab it, and I want you to pull it close to you, and I want you to feel something.
Oh my God.
I want you to be somebody you're not. And they get to talking like that, and then you know that they don't talk like that for real.
No, they don't talk like that for real.
But it's a act. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
But
God.
it's some people that want to get on there and they want to listen to
Right.
they want to listen to Nori. Nori is probably who he is in real life. He probably wilder. They want to
Listen,
listen to
you
Nori.
probably wilder.
They want to
Mm-hmm.
listen to Joe Rogan because they talk like they talk
Exactly.
on an everyday basis.
Yep. Yep. No
Whether you
matter if
agree
you
with
like
their
them or
views,
not.
whether you agree with their views, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you say, "Oh, Nori cuts people off." Well, so that's what he fucking do in real life. What you want him to do? Not cut people off from here? How you gonna cut that shit off? That you can't cut that shit off.
I'm like, nigga, New Yorkers cut off conversations a lot. Like, trust me, I live here. Like, it's like,
And you be in the middle of your conversation like,
like niggas just,
like, word is bond, son, word is
you
bond.
feel me? I'm out. Peace, nigga. Like, wait, what? Like that. Listen, like I love Nori. Nori is probably one of my favorite podcasters too. Just because, like, when you see him, the authenticity that he brings, it's straight like, yo, I done researched you, I done did this, I done did that. But I'm gonna ask these questions though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask these questions, not just for me, but for the people in the back, because we want to know.
for real. Hey, I love when he asks if you have finger pops.
Yo, swear, that's my favorite question, bro. He be
You was on the set. Yeah, how many girls you finger pop? What?
what is he saying? What are we talking about?
So you finger
I
pop.
be like, hold up, Dory, what we talking?
It
But you
all
know this.
came out of nowhere.
But you know this nigga is drink champ, so you know they done had a few drinks, they had a few smokes, they in it. But it's an authenticity about it that people want to be on the show. You don't have Pharrell on the show, you don't have Kanye on the show, you had Alicia Keys on the show, you don't had multitudes of artists, celebrities on this show. Why? Because of the authenticity that they bring. And I think at the end of the day, we as black men have to be more authentic. It just has to be like we can't. I know we were. I know. I know a lot of us live fake lives. Okay, I get it. I understand. But we are in an era right now where authenticity is everything. Like real talk, just like Darius said, like we're in an emotional era right now where literally you can talk about, your feelings. Not to say, you need to, but there's a level of authenticity that people are looking for, not just in your show, but also in you. Period. So when you going out here and you doing your thing, people can low key pick up if you just BSing or you real. Yeah, am I wrong on that?
Now you can always tell. I can hear the authenticity in people's voices.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just a me thing, and this is before I even start podcasting. You
Right.
can hear when somebody who's not being real.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell. You can call this nigga crazy all you want to, but you can tell that Soldier Boy is Soldier Boy when he get on
He's
that guy. That
listen.
nigga is in enough. He in that motherfucker. He start talking and he rant. But that's who he is. He a little crazy, a little dude, man, and he having a good
No.
time and he just talking shit. You can tell when people are themselves. You can tell when people are just riding a lane. You know what I'm saying? You can tell people faking the funk. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I don't think Candace Owens believe half of the shit she say.
Hell no.
I don't think she believes half
Absolutely
that
not.
shit. Like it's some shit that
I
maybe
agree with you.
she lean this way, and yeah, she can be Republican all she wants to. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the shit that she says, I
I
can
don't.
tell.
Yeah.
I can tell that she does not go to sleep thinking what she just said.
Not at all. Not at all.
Can't,
Nope.
can't,
Now,
can't.
if you do, Candace, if you listen to the podcast, which I believe you do, no, I'm just playing. But if you do listen to this, Candace, it's just saying like, yo, I just don't like the tweets and everything that you be saying. I just, to Darius's point, I don't think you believe yourself. Like, I just don't believe you believe yourself when you tweeting and writing all this shit. Like, did I really just write that? But again, we're in an era, as you said, just like this emotional era. We're in an era of very much clickbait 2.0. You understand what I'm saying? And so when we're in that, it's hard for No, actually, I'm not gonna say it's hard. It's actually easier for authenticity to actually come out because you can actually spot the fake so easy now. In my opinion, you can spot the fake so easily now when it comes to being authentic. Authentic. Can't speak
That
today.
word fucked you up, didn't it?
God damn.
Shit.
I was about to speak in tongues in this moment.
Nigga said, being real, being real.
Hey, but no, for real, like there is a level of authenticity that you have to bring, not just on the show, not just on a platform, but just every day. And if you start to, and this is why I said Darius was perfect for a podcast, is because I knew Darius as a authentic, genuine ass mother. You feel what I'm saying? And I said we need more voices like that because during 2017 in Grand Rapids, nobody was listening to podcasts. Like I said, I was probably the only podcaster out here doing what I was doing, and everybody looking at me like, "What's that?" And now 2-3 years later, everybody's like, "Yo, I got a," you know what I'm saying? So it's like
everybody got podcasts.
everybody got a
It's
podcast.
like 2 million. Some of them hoes.
It's almost yeah,
It's almost 3 million.
almost 3 million podcasts in the world today, and I'm happy to say, I'm just happy to say, and we'll get to the fourth question in a minute. I'm just happy to say that these two brothers right here, myself and Darius, are in the top 5%.
5%, 5%, 5%.
Do y'all hear me? Top 5% of podcasters most popular getting listened to at this moment.
Yep. Yep.
Out of 3 million, I broke that down. We are in the top 150,000? Top, I'm sorry, 140,000. Because it was like 138, but I'm around up. 140,000 podcasts. That's the top 5% of 3 million. We're in there. I'm good. That's perfect for me. I'm like, oh shit. Works for me. Because it's the authenticity that we bring. We're not gonna shy away from what the fuck we say. That's just what that is. We're not gonna shy away. Now we're going to be respectful. We're going to be, we're going to let people, get it off. But it's like we're never going to sit here and not be ourselves when we come to our platform. So just wanted to say that, man. Like authenticity is a big thing in that we have to sit here as Black men and as Black people. We have to sit here and practice more of, right? We have to practice more of that. So it's going into the fourth question for you, Darius. How can we do better? As a Black community, as a Black man, particularly as Black men individually and as a collective, all the things we've talked about so far, how can we do better? What can we do better collectively and individually, right? To make the Black men community better going forward for the next generation.
First off, we can pour into other Black men.
Amen.
Those of us that are able to, and you don't have to be perfect to pour into somebody. So I don't want you to think that you got to be this perfect being. You ain't got to be no pastor. You ain't got to be no reverend or life coach or no shit like that. Just to take a young brother to the side and just be like, man, I believe in you, man. You need anything, you need to talk about anything. Right. And I guarantee you, if just one person, if you take 2 or 3 and somebody else take 2 or 3, we can knock this thing on down. Thanks. And we can get ourselves out of these cycles, man. These vicious cycles of going to prison and fighting and being so angry, so upset. And I don't want to paint the angry Black man narrative, but this is what I see. Right. I see this. I see. You go to the bar and it's us tearing shit up. Or you go to our neighborhoods and our neighborhoods ain't doing as well. Yeah. It's up to us to pull these young brothers aside, or our peers. Talk to our peers. Because they ain't too far gone. I'm not too far gone. Right. I'm 32 years old and I still got a lot of stuff to learn. Shit, Ty, you younger than me and you can tell me stuff. You teach me stuff. So what I'm saying ain't just exclusive for talking to younger people. Just talking to each other in general. Just, man, some words of encouragement, man, might just make somebody day that day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was going to work to slap the shit out of his boss. And you was like, man, I believe
Darius hit
you,
me
bro.
up, was like, "Hey, bro, you good?" Hey, yo, I'm about to slap my. Hey, chill out,
About to
relax.
slap the shit out of my
Hey,
boss,
relax.
son.
Don't
Word
go
is
up in there. You're gonna
bond.
mess up your money.
Word is bond, son.
Word is bond, son.
And it's all different aspects, man. If you know some stuff, just like you said, you knew some stuff about podcasting that you learned on yourself, and now you finna pass it on to somebody. Man, pass on your knowledge. Stop gatekeeping, niggas. Stop gatekeeping.
Facts.
You know,
Add
you
some.
know, right. You know how to fix your credit, man. Teach somebody else that shit that
Teach,
you learned for free,
bruh.
or even if you paid for it. And unless you got a service or something, I get it. If you got a
Yes.
service, I
Yes.
get that you got to charge for stuff like that. But if you just
Absolutely.
learn some shit, don't be trying to hold it. I don't know how you do that.
No.
I don't know nothing about the credit bureaus. I don't know. You just got to find it out.
Mm-hmm.
Google it. Nigga, you just learned it. Teach that nigga. Teach somebody else, man. Teach somebody else about some Robin Hood stocks, acorns. Teach
Mm-hmm.
somebody how to do that.
Why don't we do that? Are we scared that like
You
somebody
scared
just
it.
gonna take our stuff and be better than us? Like
You
it's
scared it ain't
always a thing.
enough.
I always had this thing like our parents and our grandparents and maybe our cousins and people in our families and our life will sit here and say, I want you to be better than me. I want you to do better than me. Like my mama say that to me every day. You feel me? And it's like I genuinely feel that from her. Right? Why do we say that sometimes and it don't be hitting the same way? Right? We can say like I want you to do better than me, but at the same token, you low key like not even, in tuned or like even supporting your fellow brother or your fellow sister.
And man, think about all the old people. Like on a Sunday. On a
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, what they used to do? Everybody used to get together and they had dinner at Big Mama house.
Yep.
Right?
Church and dinner.
Church and dinner. You go
Yep.
to church, you go to dinner. And Big Mama would lay down this big old feast. She would be the only person in the kitchen because she knew all the recipes.
Yep.
And a lot of her recipes she ain't share.
She
ain't share.
she sure did.
Big Mama, how you make that sweet potato pie? Look, if I tell you, I gotta kill you.
Yep.
And then they died.
Right.
We lost the recipe, nigga.
Yep. Unless you didn't write it down and hide it somewhere.
Well, yeah, exactly. Unless she wrote it down and hid it somewhere. But for this scenario, she didn't write it down.
Yeah. Right. Shit down.
Losing recipes.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for more than food. Somebody gonna take it literal and be like, well, my big mama had a cookbook. Well, shut up. Listen to the damn message and not the analogy. Don't get so caught up in the analogy. Listen to the message behind the analogy.
Right.
We're losing recipes. You got the recipe for success. Why would you keep it to yourself?
Right.
Because you scared somebody else is gonna. You scared I'm gonna come in this bitch and make a sweet potato pie better than yours?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you worry about, Grandma?
Mm-hmm.
And then we ain't gonna come to your house on Sunday?
Yep. Of course.
Is that what you worried about? Is that what you worried about, Grandma?
Yes. Yes.
She really worried about you making a spaghetti casserole
better than her.
Yes. She's gonna keep her own goddamn recipe to herself. Yes. Now you gotta make some own shit for yourself and it don't taste as good. So now you gotta keep going to Big Mama house.
Exactly.
Stop keeping the recipe for success for betterment.
Exactly.
To yourself.
Like, why would we do that? I think for me, I've been so successful because I haven't sat here and, I could charge for what the fuck, all the information that I know. Real talk. I could. But just to Darius's point, like, to be honest, again, being the first, you're a gatekeeper. You're a gatekeeper. I had to realize that, like, okay, I'm a gatekeeper and people are asking me, not just from Grand Rapids, but just off of social media, people that I've met over social media back home in Detroit, back home in Florida, back home, here in New York. Like, you get people asking you like, yo, you're so successful in your craft and in your career. How do you even start a podcast? Now, for me, sometimes, especially now, Darius, I don't know if about you now, but to me now, I'm like, I do sometimes hit them with the Google it because I'm like, it's not that hard, right? But because I'm like, you really can.
Time is precious. Time is precious.
You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like we back in 2017. You don't know, right? Like this ain't 2016. You it's 6 years. We got it. But I'm not going to withhold information. I'm gonna tell you hosting platforms, everything. Darius asked me, yo, what hosting platform you using? Buzzsprout.
And
I'm not about to sit here and hold that shit from. I can't sit here and say, oh well, you know, it's a hosting platform that gets a lot of podcasts on there. I can't get it to you yet. I can't get that information, but I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do that. Every person that has hit me, whether via DM or via Instagram or via text message or in person. If you ask me how to start a podcast, more than likely I'm going to tell you, yo, all you need is your phone first. If you really want to get this shit popping. Now, if you want to get the whole shebang boinker like me and Darius got over here, then you can go do that. You can get the mic, the computer, the pod track. You can get all of that. But if you just want to start, because I came from a place of I started with my phone. So I'm going to tell you how to really start if you really want to get into this shit. All you need is your phone, voice memo, GarageBand, and that's it. Like if you really want to start a podcast for real, I tell people your phone, a voice memo that you can record up until don't matter how much you can record. And if it's just you, that's perfect. And GarageBand. That's it. And a hosting platform, SoundCloud, Buzzsprout, Podbeam, Libsyn, all of those. And they all charge their different prices, but it's a distribution. They're not keeping your stuff. Now, the only one I don't say is Anchor, because Anchor keeps your shit. I remember doing a podcast on that. People didn't like that. But I'm like, well, I read the fucking terms and conditions, nigga. They keep your stuff for free. That's why it's free. Because they keep your shit. They keep your content. And I'm like, if you do this as a hobby, that's fine. But if you do this as something like me or potentially Darius, you're going to need something where you can keep your content, all of it, own it, and just distribute it via SoundCloud.
So let me ask you this. So if you own Anchor and you got a podcast and you switch to another platform, do you not carry those?
You don't carry those.
Oh,
mm-hmm. One of my good podcast friends from Houston, I did a podcast with her back in 2020. Was in Houston, for a birthday and everything. We did a podcast, and she was on Anchor. And when I did the podcast about Anchor, I was like, all right, y'all, this is a dope platform for free. But I'm looking at it, and if you want to keep your content, this is not the way. And so she had to literally, they literally snatched everything from her. She had maybe about 15, 20 episodes, but that's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of content. She had about 15, 20 episodes, and she had to start from ground zero. That's a lot.
Because everybody else let you just transfer your shit over.
Exactly. Huh? Buzzsprout let me transfer right over from SoundCloud. Like, that's the thing. Anchor's not going to be able to allow you to do that. I don't know if their terms and conditions have changed or not, but when I did that podcast about 2 years ago, their terms and conditions was like, bro, we're free because we own your shit.
Damn, that's fucked up.
And I'm like, and this is why my mama always said free ain't always free.
Mm-mm. You get what you pay for.
You do. And that's such an old school saying that we've heard so many times. You get what you pay for. So if you want to do something free, that's fine. If you think this is a hobby, that's fine. You feel what I'm saying? You can listen. Anchor allows you to monetize all of that shit. Get it. Get what you get. But know that at the end of the day, if you do want to switch to another distribution site, podcast company like SoundCloud or Buzzsprout, they're not going to allow you to transfer over them episodes. So I just want to make that little sidebar. Like, it's just you gotta know. You gotta know. And it's like, I'm gonna give you these tips for the free, for the 5-finger discount, because I want to see people. I want to see people win. I want to see my black men win. Hello, podcast. I want to see my black people win. You feel me? I want to see us win. So I'm gonna give you this info. And I remember I tried to charge for like a Pi 101-ish webinar. It just felt weird to me because I'm like, I don't want to charge for a webinar.
But I tell you what though, the paywall is how you see how a lot of motherfuckers are serious what they saying, because I'll take myself as an example. You know, I just use myself because I don't want to beat up on nobody. But I mean, like, you did tell me 3 years ago to start a podcast, gave me some tips, and I didn't start right away.
Right.
Maybe if I'd have paid you, $20,
right,
maybe that would have been an incentive. You know what I'm saying? And it does have to be incentivized for
absolutely
some people to actually take your information and
Facts.
do what they're supposed to do with it, immediately, or within the timely matter. Because I mean, it's a lot of people I've told how to start podcasts and share the information that you and other people have given me and stuff that I've looked up on my own, and they just didn't even, like, I don't even think they
take their sense of
yeah. But I mean, like, at the same time, I feel like I'm helping somebody out. You know,
and like you said, like 2 to 3 years, they might start their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it for me, I never want to force nobody. You feel me? Like, I'm a podcaster at heart. I love my career. So when I do this, I tell people, like, if you podcasting, depending on how you use it, and if you use it correctly, it can gear you into different industries, because every last industry, and I'm being very serious about this, every last industry is podcasting right now. Every last industry. This is how I knew podcasting was going to be the shit. When I saw on Grand Valley website that they had podcasts, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh shit. Like, I'm looking on Grand Valley website, like, they have podcasts for classes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're creating content in different areas. So it's like, you're going to have it with your shows that are reality or whatever. You see that when a show comes out, like Lovecraft Country, they have a Lovecraft Country podcast. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that are happening. And these are the things that's like, okay, podcasting is becoming a real thing. And so I wasn't worried that you weren't going to start a podcast. I knew it, but I'm like, you have to grow into that. You have to really, like, be into it in order for you to really get the most out of it, for real, for real. And so I'm never going to rush anybody's process and maybe coming to the mic, because this is nerve-wracking. This looking, in the screen, this is nerve-wracking. Not for me anymore, because I've done this for about 5 years now, so I'm good. But when you initially start off, like, it's nerve-wracking. It's nervousness. It's like, oh shit, am I gonna say something wrong? Am I gonna say something this? Am I gonna say something that? Da, 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 da. So it's just like, you just keep you do, and that's going back to the authenticity part. You be your genuine, authentic self. People gonna rock with you, and some people won't, and that's just the name of the game. So, last question, my brother. What does black men win mean to you? When you hear that saying, when you hear the phrase, what does black men win mean to you?
Man, black man win means to me succeeding in all areas of life. To say black men, not black man, and it really means that we succeed as a collective.
Absolutely.
And we succeed by leaning on each other, because black men win when other black men win. I think that's a bar right there. Hey,
sorry, say that again.
Black men win when black men win.
Oh shit! Yo, drop a bomb for that.
I just thought of that.
Black men win when black men. That's it. That's the whole episode right there.
There it is.
That's it. He ain't gotta say shit else, because that's like, when you think about it like that, what we've talked about this whole episode and I'm glad everything is literally in congruency because it goes back to that phrase you just said. Black men win when black men win. And we, as you said before, Darius, have to do better in pouring into each other more. We ain't got to be jealous. I ain't jealous of Darius. What the hell I got to be jealous of Darius? Oh, this nigga's killing the game out here in these streets. I'ma up this man. I'ma up my fellow brother who's killing it. You feel me? Because whether you a barber, a mechanic, you working at the supermarket, you feel me? Street pharmacist, I don't give a damn. You out here. You're trying. Listen, if you can try, because this is my biggest thing, my biggest pet peeve, one of my biggest. Trying is everything. You got to try it. You can't just say like, oh, this is no. Try it out. See what happens. See what happens. Take a risk. And if you can take the risk, because there's always high reward after a high risk. Trust me, I know. You take the risk. You fall off. You jump off the cliff. Here's what I seen. I seen a lot of people jumping off this cliff of just doing what they, wanted to do, following their dreams and doing this and that. And I'm like, shit, I want to jump, but I'm scared. I don't want to do that. I had to jump though. If I wanted to get to where I wanted to be now, and even 10 years from now, I had to jump. My parachute wasn't going to open just right away. I took some bumps, some lumps.
For sure.
You feel me? Like we all have to take that. We all have to take the lumps and the bumps and the bruises and everything. But it's the action of actually doing it, pouring into other brothers like me and Darius. Darius is 32. I'm 28. As he said, I'm like, I don't mind pouring into you, and I don't mind him pouring into me. I see him as an OG, not just for the fact that he's older than me, but because he's wise. He has wisdom beyond belief. I don't even think he understands how much wisdom he has in pocket.
You're giving me too much credit again.
Nah, man. But for real, I gravitate to a lot of black men who are wise, kind of beyond their years in a sense, because I kind of have that attribute. So I want to look up to other black men who have that, understand black men who don't, and see where we can, come to a middle ground and come to some collaboration or something like that, because we need to come together. As you said on your live, you did a Facebook live. As you said something about like, yo, we all have an audience as just podcasters, and I want to kind of go back to that, but as podcasters, as black podcasters, we all have an audience. If we come together collectively, and just not as podcasters, but just as black men, if we come together collectively, yo, the power that we would have.
It's easy right there, because everybody got different audiences. That's the fastest way to grow. And that's what I see in my growth. The fastest way to grow is to collaborate and to do these efforts. And you know who I got that from? I got that from watching all those guys that used to do like the videos and stuff, like the DC Young Fly.
Yes, sir. The DCs.
Cool,
Yep.
All them guys like that. Well, they had their own following, but
exactly.
They would always hop on each other's videos.
Exactly.
And Michael Blackson would hop on their videos, and they would hop on Michael Blackson videos.
Yep.
And they would do this and do this. And once they all, like, because somebody might have a big following in Atlanta, somebody might live in South Carolina, another one might live in Miami. Well, everybody in Miami knows them in the surrounding towns. Well, if you jump on this guy's video in Georgia, now the people in Georgia know you, and I've kind of basically endorsed you.
Exactly.
I've endorsed you. I've co-signed on your work. They love me, so automatically they're gonna listen to you.
Right.
Even if you only get 10, 15 followers from me being on here, or 2 or 3, shit, really.
Right. Facts.
But you get somebody from that loves me. Facts. And I get somebody that loves you, and you say, oh, the Jungle is Hell podcast is dope. One of my favorite podcasts, cool. Now somebody else gonna listen to it. At least they gonna check it out. And if
Yeah, of
it's trash,
course.
if they don't like it, then they,
That's it.
hey,
That's okay.
water under the bridge. But somebody new came.
Yep. And checked
Somebody
it
new
out. And
came
might.
and checked it. Huh?
And I said it might come back.
Might come back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I always tell people that too, man. When I share your shit, I'll share anything that you put up there. Like I whatever. It's up to you to have a good product.
Exactly.
Now that's solely on you. I can't make nobody listen to you.
Yep.
You can't make nobody listen to me.
Yep.
But all I can do is present it. And if you got a good product,
They're gonna listen.
they gonna listen. They
Man.
gonna listen. More
Listen.
people listen.
Black men win when black men win. That was a bar. Can we just drop a bomb for that one more time? One more time. And we want to thank Darius, the man himself, for coming on the podcast. We appreciate you, my brother. We want to give you a hand clap. You know what I'm saying? Do a nice hand clap. You feel me? Just wanted to give you that because I felt like this interview was really, really great. I was really excited for this, and this was off the dome. I was like, "Yo, bro, we need to collab. We need to do something. We haven't done a podcast in a while. We've been killing the game. We've been working. Let's collab. Let's do it." And it was easy. Again, Darius is a phone call away, and to me, for me, that is always how can I say, that is always like in my heart. Like I appreciate that so much because I've dealt with a lot of people, a lot of podcasters, a lot of creatives, a lot of people who think they that shit and got to stick up their ass. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but there's, even before the podcasting, was never like that. You feel me? He's come on various other podcasts that I've done, and he's never like that. You feel me? And again, that's why I told him to start one, because when I seen him on that mic and he was talking that talk, I was like, yo, he's going to be big. He's gonna be out here. You feel me? So I want to thank you, Darius, for coming on the show, man. Where can they follow you? The Jungle is Hell podcast. Let them know where they can follow you and everything, bro.
Hey, look, Jungle is Hell podcast is on all major platforms and the little motherfuckers too. You know, we on Spotify, Apple Music, we on Google Podcasts, we on whatever Podbean, we on all that. We on all them joints.
All of them.
We on all of them. So,
You feel me?
and it's called the Jungle is Hell podcast.
The jungle is
So,
hell.
hey,
The
for real,
jungle is hell. Yeah. You
for
feel
real, for real. The Jungle is Hell podcast on Instagram. Uh, my name is a goddamn fool with a PH instead of an F. A goddamn fool. Uh, you can find me on Facebook at Darius Stowers. That's my real name. That's my government name. You can find the podcast on Facebook at the Jungle is Hell podcast. So everywhere the Jungle is
everywhere.
Hell podcast, just type in the Jungle is Hell podcast and you'll find us. We got
Yes, sir.
currently 68 episodes.
Yes, sir. That
And
100 coming soon, man.
for real, dropping one tomorrow. I'm not sure when this airs, but we'll probably have 69 or 70 by the time this drops.
Nah, by the time this drop, y'all will probably have about 70 plus, maybe 80 at that
Yeah.
point.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. So we're gonna be 70 plus, and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just follow the content. You know, listen to the episodes. We have a good ass time on the podcast. We have a
We do.
fun time. We talk a lot of shit. Some shit you might agree with, some shit you might not. If you got some pushback, hey, leave a comment, leave a review, and say, hey man, this is what I feel about this. Shit, DM us. You can email us at the Jungle is Hell podcast at Gmail.
Hey, that's it.
Leave them 5 stars though. Leave them 5 stars, and then talk to us. Talk to us about what you want to talk to, and if you got some expertise or you just want to get something off your chest one day, email us and shit. You might be able to get on the show, man.
Hey, now.
I like
Hey,
people
now.
from all walks of life.
And that's it. And that's it, man. I appreciate again, Darius, for coming on the show, man. And that's it, y'all. We about to be out of here. I appreciate again y'all for listening. Thank you again. Follow the Black Man Win podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. We are underscore BMW podcast. On Instagram, no, we are not the damn luxury car. We are a podcast. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you follow us at underscore BMW podcast on Instagram and the Black Men Win podcast on Facebook. You can also follow my network, the THC Media Network, on Twitter, THC Media _. You can check out all of our episodes there, and on Instagram as well at THC media as well. Just type in the THC Media Network. You can pop that up right there. And that's it, man. This has been another one. You feel me? We out this thing. Y'all be good, man.